Welcome back, you're watching Storyboard. For decades, Fevicol ads have been so entertaining and the brand has come up with a beautiful campaign yet again. This time it is themed around Dahi Handi, a spectacle that we get to see during Janmashtami. Though Janmashtami is months away. We don't care about timing, we care about a great idea, and whenever we have a great idea, we have a great campaign, says Bharat Puri, MD Pidilite, in conversation with Storyboard along with Piyush Pandey. Piyush adds how the beauty of Fevicol ads is the subtle way in which it conveys a big message. Let's hear the full conversation.
Fevicol is an iconic brand that always needs to stay relevant, stay contemporary, but still retain its what I would call iconic status, and therefore the need to periodically refresh. With Fevicol, we don't worry about timing, we worry about a great idea. And whenever we have a great idea, we have a great film.
The brand is big enough to have the stature of not having to have regular product windows and back shots, and it has. I mean, when you see a Fevicol film, you know it's a Fevicol film. I've done films earlier where only half a pack is shown. I've done films earlier where a pack is empty and lying horizontally on the floor, and people love it. I think the beauty of Fevicol is its subtle way of conveying a big message, and that's what people love it for. Every Fevicol film has a Prasun Pandey like a Lakshman's common man in R.K. Lakshman's cartoons. He had a contribution to make not only to the execution but to the script. And in this particular one, when I first wrote it, I did not have a moving pyramid. And he said, then it's not really happening. And then he gave it a thought and came back to me and said, we're going to move the pyramid. And I said, fantastic. I mean, my film was 5 on 10, he made it into 9 on 10. And his execution made it 10 on 10. And even the last shot of the colors going off and Fevicol branding being revealed, that's his idea. I had a person in a t-shirt being revealed at the end, but he gave it a lot of color and character by using a back shot like that.
As far as Fevicol is concerned, what we really wanted always to do is be remembered as something far beyond adhesive, something that is really the strongest bond. And I sincerely believe after seeing this film that this will take it to the next level. On a lighter note, I must tell you, when you asked the question about is the branding enough, Piyush and we have worked together for about 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And when he starts presenting a film, he says, "Dekho, abhi to brand ke ilawa kuch aur mere ko bata dena, any other feedback. So brand to me always zyada chahiye, but let's have that negotiation later." But I must tell you, most of the time he wins.
I think we'll come together.
But coming back to Fevicol, I just think it reinforces the status as something beyond just something that sticks two things together. It reinforces it as something that bonds. You have just come yesterday from a sales conference of my Fevicol team, which had the All India team in one room. And the first measure I got was the amount of times they wanted to see the commercial again and the applause it got. So frankly, the first measure, it's already worked. The second measure is, of course, as far as Fevicol is concerned, we get feedback on a regular basis from the field. And as far as this commercial is concerned, it's not that we're going to put specific quantitative measures that said what did this film do. I must tell you, while obviously we track it very, very closely, this is accompanied by obviously a lot of work happening in the whole digital space. Digital today is, to my mind, just one more medium, but a very important medium. In the first 5 days, it is just a runaway success. So I think all the measures look good. As we go further, we'll share more measures with you. Along with this, we obviously have a lot of work that happens on ground, which is, at point of buying with both carpenters. So, for example, we have a carpenters club, which already via WhatsApp we share the film. Fascinatingly, this film has also been shared with all the Dahi Handi mandals via WhatsApp. And, the feedback there is also wonderful. So, there is a whole program on ground with carpenters, with dealers, and obviously with consumers vis-a-vis the commercial. And stage 2 you will see when we actually have the festival of Gokul Ashtami, where we will again do some local activation.
I think one of the measures which is impossible for anybody to measure is how a Fevicol communication motivates our field force. It motivates our B2C people, our B2B people. The excitement cannot be measured. You have to walk into a shop and ask a plywood seller who also sells Fevicol, so what do you think? And you know that the brand is exciting him all the time. Fevicol is a 24/7, 365 days job for me, and you never know when the idea comes. Obviously, we don't need a film right now, but the mind will continue to play on how to make it bigger, how to make it more 360, and how to keep the magic of Fevicol exciting the people of India. I think I will know next time when I go to my barber shop. He always gives me a nice feedback from a common man's point of view.
The Fevicol brand is co-owned by Pidilite and the Pandey brothers. So when my phone rings at 7 o'clock in the morning, I know Mr. Pandey has got one more new idea for Fevicol. So until then, we'll enjoy this.
They definitely know how to keep the excitement around the brand alive. It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we have two interesting campaigns on notice board. Apollo Munich Health Insurance is telling consumers don't think twice, and Aerial Matic is urging men to share the load.